Well, hello everybody. Game Time Brian, otherwise known as the Mailman. Just want to Well, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. I hope everybody's doing good. Dustin, I'll get to you in a second. We got Sledhead in the house. What's up? Your Packers. Sorry, bro. Nike 3, what's going on? Logan Motorsports, Randy McIntyre, William Tilton, Coyote, Jimbo, Clemente. Who else we got here? Daniel M. What's up? Game Time. Dak was talking yesterday about Shoddy and was said that we're very close to the Eagles. Yeah, we could talk about that BS. So over it, how are you? Isaac Ramirez. What's going on, everybody? Here's the deal. Lunchtime chat. I'll let Dustin, anybody else wants to come in. The link is in. The link is there, everybody. The link, if you are a Mailheads crew, you could join. So, come one, come all. We the ones. What's up, brother? How are you? I don't know. Again, we could talk about the video I posted a little while ago. I'm going to start doing that more where I give early access to channel members, and then we'll kind of wait a little bit to let everybody else. I did add another tier onto the channel memberships, the non-Zoom call tier. It's only $2.99. You get some perks. So, yeah, if you want to support the channel, it's linked at the top. Game Time and Dak right about what he said. Daniel, I don't think so. But Dustin, what's going on, man?
What's going on, brother?
What did you hear about the Dak press? I mean, did you hear what like a Dak talk? Did you hear Dak talk?
Yeah, I did.
What did you think? Your thoughts?
I mean, what's he gonna say? You know?
Well, and I hold it to a higher standard. You know, this is like Daniel M. This goes back to when, like, we're talking about the '90s when Dallas was winning. A Coyote, what's up, brother? We still them boys, Logan. Again, this is their time, but it's over now. Again, they're the reigning champs. They can hold on to that as long as they want to. We're moving ahead. So it's gone. You know, you already got to start looking ahead. If not, then you are going to fall behind, believe it or not. So Eagles have work to do, just like every other team has work to do. The The only difference is they're sitting on top of the mountain and we're all looking up saying, hey, hey, like we want to get there. We want to get there. But Dak Prescott needs to hold the organization accountable, in my opinion. Again, he's the highest paid, as of now, he's the highest paid player in the NFL. All right, Dak? All right, Dak attack. Oh, sorry. All right, Dak. My thing is Dak needs to open his mouth. I understand it was a fundraiser, and I'm going to play a video, and I know you guys may not be able to hear. So, tell me about doing these channel member Zooms. If you have another access to watch the stream, that would be cool too. Just make sure you're muted, because I try and do as many Zoom calls as I can, but when I play something, you won't hear it over the Zoom call. Eagles has landed. What's up, man? Congrats. Just be careful at the parade. I know a lot of people that are going to the parade on Friday, and you couldn't pay me enough to go. No offense, but in this day and age, hell no. Dak needs to say we have a lot of work to do. Exactly, Daniel. That's what I'm saying. We got a lot of work to do, especially our front office. We need to look at teams like the Eagles and see why they're successful, and I hope my GM is willing to do that. That's what Dak needs to say. Okay, that's what Dak needs to say.
I agree with that, I guess.
You know what I mean? He needs to say, hey, listen, we just watched a team with $70 million in dead money, right? We just literally watched a team with $70 million in dead money go and win a Super Bowl. Are we?
I mean, with the money that we signed him for, I mean, he should at least know that he could do that. Like his word gotta hold some clout.
You know what I mean, Dustin? Yeah. He ain't going nowhere. Yeah. He holds the the gavel. He's got a no trade clause. They just paid him money, and this is I'll ask Randy. Why pay Dak Prescott $60 million if you're not going to add to the team?
Here's the problem that I have. Dak goes on there and he says that their team is close to Philadelphia. My God, are you freaking hallucinating or something? Are you seeing something that I'm not seeing? Because listen,
and this will go.
He's supposed to say that. If he said they're not, then
here's my thing.
He's a company man. He's a company man. He's gonna say we're close to Philadelphia. In reality, he knows damn well we're not.
We don't need a company man. What we need is somebody to say, all right. Again, you can say whatever you want about Micah Parsons. Trade him, not trade him. You can say whatever you want about his podcast. He's already doing more in his little bit of time he's been with the Cowboys than Dak has ever done. Okay, as far as using his mouth. Now, we'll see how long it lasts.
I do like how sometimes Micah does put pressure on Jones.
Exactly.
I actually do like that part. Some of the other stuff he says, not so much. But
I'm not here to say Mike is the end all be all, but I'm just saying he's a great pass rusher. Okay, and he's due for a contract. He's saying all the right things, but when
they're talking about trading.
Well,
trade Micah if we're going to trade Micah.
Well, again.
I call up Cleveland. Hey, we'll give you Micah. Give us your first overall pick, and Myles Garrett. You can have Micah Parsons. I'll take that in a heartbeat.
I would too, in a minute.
Third overall pick, and Myles
Garrett.
Well,
his value was higher than that. I was watching a show with
But Brian.
Yes.
Yeah, but here's the thing with Micah Parsons. He backtracked and started kissing Jerry Jones' ass the other day.
He did.
Because he wants that money.
So don't talk. I mean, he talked that talk, but he ain't about. He's not about to talk.
You don't know that yet, though.
I don't. I think Micah Parsons is all
it's
flash.
An opinion.
I think he's all flash, and we'll see the future because the Cowboys will be better off getting a pass rusher like Myles Garrett who can stop the run and do the pass. He's multiple. He can do many things that Micah Parsons is limited to do.
I agree with you.
Hey guys.
Hey, how you doing?
I really do think Parsons is mostly about himself, to be honest. Like I don't. He says he wants to be a leader, but I really don't think his actions are in step with that. So
Garrett's way far above money for Jerry. Jerry.
Leaders don't walk off the field when you're frustrated and leave your team behind after that game against the Bengals game. The leaders don't do that.
Well,
you stand tall. He said, "We'll get them next time. We'll do this. We'll do that."
Well,
he didn't do that. He ran with his tails behind. I'm
Again,
just saying.
I'm not looking back. I'm looking forward. I'm looking at what he said about Jerry Jones right now. He said on his podcast, "Go get Myles Garrett." He's at least coming out and putting the organization in a position. You could think whatever you want about Micah. That's not the question. The question is, is he talking through the media to the front office? And I believe he is. Now, he also didn't understand why the crowd or him and I don't know who else he had on his panel at his last Bleacher Report live stream. But he basically, they were booing, say, because he was saying that Jerry Jones is the best, owner in sports because how well he takes care of his players. And then the fans are in the audience saying, what about us? What about us? And I believe Micah knows better, but he didn't see.
No, he don't.
What's that?
I don't believe he does.
Again, that's an opinion. We all have one. I mean, he already said, go get Myles Garrett. Okay? So I'm not saying that. That's at least, letting the front office.
Yeah, but knowing Jerry, he's not going to get Garrett. It's way above his.
I'm not saying he's getting them, but he's.
That's why I said trade Micah to get Myles Garrett and that pick. Their first round.
And well, that's what I was getting ready to say. A lot of these, I saw multiple live streams where they were talking to like they won't go on the record. You will get multiple first round picks. It starts at 2 1s for Micah.
Well, here's the
deal. Would you do that though, Brian? Myles Garrett and then the Browns first pick for Micah?
Myles is starting to break down a little bit. I had texted Randy the other day. I would much rather go with a Jeffrey Simmons. So if you're going to tell me, give me, Jeffrey Simmons and the first overall pick from Micah Parsons, then I would consider that. To me,
but you would have Myles Garrett and 2 first round picks. Like you could build your team off that.
Yeah, well, you would still have Jeffrey Simmons, who's 26, who's a stud defensive lineman.
Ain't no way he's gonna give out first 2 round picks.
Well, here's my thing. If we get Cleveland's first round pick and we get Myles Garrett, then you could trade that first round pick. It's at number 2, back to number 5 or 6.
Yeah, you can get
another number 1 all this year.
I will do the same thing if you got the first pick.
Yeah, I mean, so I would do that in a heartbeat right now.
I'd rather have Jeffrey Simmons over Myles Garrett.
Well, I'm saying you could have both. You get you trade back after getting Cleveland's number 1 pick. Then you got another number 1 pick, and maybe they'll give you a number 4 this year too, and you get your 4th.
I don't know you can afford both of them.
No way he's opened up the wallet for that.
I'm just saying.
Well, you try. I mean, let's face it. He's 5 years younger than.
Yeah. What was Jesse Holly saying? Jesse Holly said trade Micah to Seattle to get what's the wide receiver's name?
DK Metcalf.
You'd get DK Metcalf, and you'd get their first round pick. Then you could trade your 2 first round picks for Myles Garrett. You'd have Myles Garrett and DK Metcalf, and wouldn't be losing anything.
Yeah, I don't.
You'd have a weapon on offense and a weapon on defense.
Yeah, I don't like that one either. I mean, I need to have.
Metcalf's a little old though.
I need to have. That's exactly right. As much as Myles Garrett would help a team like the Eagles, he would come in and help us. But for how long? He will be 30 by the start of the season. And
but we have a window. If he's playing at a top level for 3 years, what does it matter?
Again,
we got 3 years to try.
I'd rather do this, Wade. Hear me out. Hear me out, Wade. I'd rather do this. Okay, I'd rather trade with. It's fine. If you want Myles Garrett, it's fine. I just want a younger asset. There's somebody who's going to be here. Because if you're trading Micah for Myles, okay, I'm okay with that. I don't have a problem. Or Micah, I don't think Tennessee will. I don't think they would be in the. They would be more inclined for Micah Parsons because he's young, but
or you
I'm trying to accumulate
CeeDee Lamb
down the line.
You trade CeeDee Lamb to the Seahawks for Metcalf in their first round pick. Nah. Trade your 2s for Myles Garrett. Then you have Myles Garrett and Micah and DK Metcalf.
I can see Philadelphia grabbing Garrett.
Yeah,
remember,
and they should.
They're losing Vaughn. They're losing Vaughn. That BJ is the
Yeah,
one may
Eagles should
retire.
go after them. The problem is they don't have enough draft picks. So, in my opinion, they would have
All
to.
I'm saying is you
Can't
need
get a
to
thought.
if Brian, just think about it. If you
I
if you
want
traded
assets.
for
I don't want
Miles
old players.
Garrett, okay, but here's the thing: you're gonna get a good pass rusher in Garrett if you traded Micah
He's
for him,
30
and you
for a
get the
year or two.
Browns' second overall pick. You couldn't do anything with that. You couldn't trade it away and build more.
I would hope so. Yes, I would
I
hope
mean,
so. I mean, listen, I don't have a problem with that. I'm just saying it's on record that you're going to get like the asking is at least 2 number ones. So if you're saying you give me Garrett and a number 1 and maybe and Eagle fans laugh at this, but that's the value. Go look and see what Chicago Bears got for what's his name, the edge rusher.
Khalil Mack.
Yes, just go look at that. They got multiples, and Mike is, Mike is better in his first 3 years. Now you could argue about the run. Stopping the run ain't it. As far as getting to the quarterback, he's elite. So it starts at 2 number ones. All I'm trying to say is I have an idea. So okay, I agree with you guys. If you want to bring Myles Garrett in here, okay, that's fine. You're gonna have to sign him to at least a 3-year deal. That's fine. Hope maybe 4 years. He'll play at the age of 34. That's fine.
Yeah, but Jerry's not going to spend
But
that
let me
much
finish
money.
my thought. But you're gonna get. We don't know that he is going to pay because Myles Garrett ain't going to cost any more than Mike is going to cost you. Yeah, he has 2 years left at $20 million per. That's nothing. Or you restructure and give him a new deal. And
if anything, Myles Garrett would probably save the Cowboys money.
So that's fine. And then you get the second pick, and then, like you said, Randy and whoever else, you trade down
and get more picks.
I need to get like future ones. So like let's say you trade
maybe
back
get
down,
Genty. Maybe get Genty and you have your
let's
first
say you
pick.
trade down to 6, 7, 8. Well, that's going to cost you. Like if you're trying to get up to number 2 to get a quarterback, you're probably you're going to have to give up multiple ones. What I'm trying to do, Wade, is get that extra one. Yeah, like we'll have our 12, right? We'll have their first, but then I need another one. So going into next year's draft, we have 2 ones. Even if I sold my first round pick and only used one and grab yet another pick, like first round for the following year, you see what I'm doing, Wade, right? You see what I'm doing? If I can get 2 ones,
dude, that's how the Eagles got so good, guys. They
But
had
do you
multiple
understand what I'm
first round
saying?
draft picks in
That's how we
multiple
right there.
drafts.
That's how we
Wait, do you understand what I'm doing now? I'm trying to get to Arch Manning is what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
So like you need to get
Yeah,
move
but
up to 2.
you also need like 2s and 3s to go.
Yeah, you're breaking
I
up.
mean,
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like if you want to go that route, that's fine. If you go to number 2 for Cleveland for Myles Garrett, okay, and then you're going to use your 12, right? And then you're going to use number 2 to trade down. Well, if I'm trading down with the Raiders or somebody, I need 2 number 1s for that pick. You use their number 1 this year, but that means you got 2 number 1s next year. And then you don't use them both next year. You roll one of them over into at least another one the following year. So you have some ammo for potential Arch Manning right at the time where Dak is going to be done. You know what I mean? And that's what we need to start doing. So I would be okay with that.
That sounds like a Howie move more than a Jerry move.
Again, we'll see. That's why I did my video this morning. If you haven't watched it, it's time for us to start looking at the competition. Who's successful? What teams are successful? Well, it seems like teams that have a lot of dead money are successful, right? That's what it seems like. We are so worried. We're one of the smallest amount of dead money teams in the league this year, and where has it gotten us? I know we were injured, but that wasn't going to be nowhere near the case. Anyway, go ahead, guys. I just wanted to get that thought. My goal, Wade, is to get better and also like accumulate picks for down the road. When the quarterback is what we're going to need high in the draft. We haven't drafted a quarterback that high since who? Aikman. So that's what I'm looking at.
Well, if you get Cleveland's pick and you trade just one down to the Giants, if they want Cam Ward and he's not picked number 1, then you get next year's Giants number 1.
Damn straight we want Ward.
And that's the case. I mean, then you take, and next year, if if something happens to the Giants and they're not good again, then you have a top 5 pick again.
We're not going to be any good anytime soon, guys.
Well, I'm just saying, using that as an example. I'm not dogging the Giants or anything because I got no room to
No,
talk.
not at all. But it's facts.
Yeah,
We're
and
rebuild.
then you take and at number 3 you trade back down to the Raiders and you get another number 1.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you set yourself up for the future.
Well, that's what
Philly
I'm saying.
did that 4 years ago and started doing that, Nate. That's how they became.
That's the only
so good.
way that I want to trade Micah is if I can get a player and then use that pick to trade down. But like a lot of people are saying, I don't trust a Jerry to be able to do that anymore.
I know.
That's the
That's the
problem.
best. That's the best team building scenario is pick up Garrett, pick up the Browns' second overall
move
pick,
down.
trade back, and stack up the team.
That's
Stack up
it.
picks.
Do not draft the Travis Hunter. You use it to trade down,
Yeah.
Trade back.
to get 2 number 1s, so that way you'll
Yep.
have 2 this year.
Yeah, you'll have 2 this year and 2 next year.
And but you don't use them both next year. You
You take-
use one and then you trade the other, okay, to accumulate another one for next year. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, you
stack
just
up
keep
those
building.
picks for 3 years from now is what I'm trying to get at. And that way you're getting better, right?
get your
You are getting
quarterback.
better. You're clearing his salary. If not, I mean, I just don't if not, then why don't we sign Dak Prescott exactly? Why?
I've still wondered that anyway.
It makes no effing sense.
The guy has serious leg issues. I don't know why would
Well,
you say that?
I'm not even going there with the serious leg injury.
He
I
just-
know what you
There's a divide in the organization. They don't know what to do. Jerry
Well,
makes
he
one
was
call. Steven
he's
makes another
afraid.
call. Like it
He's
doesn't
afraid
make
to
any
go down the
sense.
Quincy Carter road, I guess, Wade. He don't want to have a quarterback. Well, God darn,
Yeah.
there's enough veteran quarterbacks out there that you could be able to go out and be serviceable. And oh, by the way, Randy, go draft a young one this year. Nobody said it's got to be high. Yeah, go get yourself one.
Go get a McCord or a Riley or somebody like that. And try to,
right.
we don't want
McCord.
Cooper Rush anymore.
McCord in the 5th.
Yeah, there you go.
So that's my thing,
Yeah.
That's my thing. It's like I don't understand exactly what we're doing. I don't know that they have a plan. We have a plan. Do they have a plan? I don't know.
Well, if they're not going to sign free agents this year, then they really need to explore trade options during the draft. I mean, if we're drafting,
They have too many holes.
Yeah, if they
They have
don't
too many
I know,
holes.
but-
They
You
have
got more
to
holes
dip
than
into
Swiss
free
cheese.
agency.
They have to.
But if you traded down from the 12th pick a couple times in this draft, and you felt comfortable with like 7 or so players into your low 20s, 22 range or something, and you can pick up an extra 2 and a 3 this year and a possible something next year. I mean, you need that, because I think the sweet spot of this draft is from the 20s to about 120.
Right.
And I don't
so
think we have to
as many
draft a
picks you can
running
get
back.
there.
We don't
That's how
have to
the Eagles
draft
got good. They stacked them picks, and they just bolstered
Exactly.
their defense.
But here's
Exactly.
the
They
deal.
bolstered that defensive
Eagles
line.
didn't have like that many picks. They just hit on their. There was 2 years where they had one
Well, they got Jordan Davis and then the other guy from Georgia. Both players from Georgia.
I
They
know,
had
that
high
was
picks.
one year
They got bulldogged up.
that was 1 year that they had 2 first-round picks, and they used them both. One at number 9 that Jalen Carter dropped because of a traffic. He was speeding up
Brian,
and down. So that's
that
all
goes
it
back
was.
to what I was
It's not
saying.
like who's talking. What's that?
Miss Jesse.
Okay.
The main thing is, how's all that happen? Because their general manager knows what he's doing, unlike, unfortunately, yours.
I hear
See,
you.
here's the thing: is our general manager. The thing is, Jerry and them, they used to do this shit.
That's
they used
what
to
I'm
make
saying.
these
It's not like
trades
they
and do
never
this.
did.
Yes.
They know how to do it.
It's been a long time.
That
Like
they
the
do.
issue is
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Eagles are doing the same shit we used to do. We
Howie
need
is
to get
taking
back
the
to doing
pages
that.
right out of
Facts.
Jerry's book.
The-
Old
the
school
diff-
Jerry.
The difference is they don't want to. Steven don't want to spend the damn money. That's the biggest issue right there.
You got the cap board for you.
And it's yeah, but I mean, how can you keep following a team loyally when they're doing that crap?
Well, all we're going by is what we're hearing, Randy. Let's go under the assumption that they're ready to do things a little different. Because if not, it's all for moot, right?
Right.
Well, doesn't let me ask you guys a question. Doesn't it seem from like the interviews that we've heard this offseason from Stephen Jones and Jerry Jones, like that they may actually do something different when he was talking about the definition of insanity is doing the same thing. We got to be better. You know, you guys heard that.
But it keeps baiting you guys. They keep baiting you guys for a profit. That's what they do.
Nobody's buying anything. They are
until
hearing.
They do it. I don't believe shit they say until they do it.
They haven't said they're doing anything, but they kind of alluded.
So the city of Dallas and the people living in Dallas know that Jerry and Steven are full of shit. A lot of people not living here, Cowboys fans that don't live here. I mean, I guess they feed it. The media and everyone feeds into the bullshit, but I've seen past that shit for years.
Right.
Well,
that's why I keep saying, hey, prove it. You got to prove that shit to me. Don't say you're going to change.
Too.
You got to show me.
But I've been saying this about Steven. Steven is the brains. He runs the money, and Jerry is the face. Jerry is the one who out front that does everything. Steven's in the background saying, "No, Dad, we can't spend the money for this. We can't spend the money for that."
I will say Steven has been right on a lot of things, though, Momo. I'm gonna say because I saw was on Law Nation.
What's up, Vinny?
He was talking about how the Trey Lance thing. That wasn't Steven. That was Jerry wanting to get Trey Lance and trade that 4th round pick and do that. Steven didn't want to do that.
I don't believe that, but hey, each his own.
Because he didn't want to sign Dak. That's why he wanted to bring Trey Lance in to see what Trey Lance had.
Right.
Dude, Jerry almost picked up that.
He happened to be wrong.
One drunk one.
He also wanted a lot of quarterbacks too.
Yeah,
he wanted Manziel. He wanted Robbie Griffin. That's when we go down the line what he wanted.
They say that the Manziel thing, I don't know how true it is. Mike Fisher says the Manziel thing's a myth.
Yeah, well, it sounds like something Jerry would do.
Well, the problem is until we do something different, I'm not going to believe anything that comes out of their mouth. Listen, guys, I'm 64.
As you should.
I'm 64 years old. I'm running out of fucking years. You know, and I buy these hats and I buy these shirts. I'm not buying this crap anymore until he changes. I know it may not make much sense to him, but that's pissing me off.
I'm still wearing 1990s Cowboys leather jackets. I'm not fucking buying new Cowboy shit.
I'm 57. At least I have to see all 4 of my Giants Bowls.
Well, I've seen almost every Super Bowl but 2.
Hey, I ain't buying shit, but if you give it to me as Christmas present, yeah, I take advantage of it because if you give me something, hey, I take it. I take it and run with it, but I ain't buying nothing.
But I am with Wade.
Dak Prescott soon.
I am with Wade. We have to trade down and get picks. We can't just stay and pick one player.
That's the thing. Is you're right, Randy. I'm okay with trading Micah. Like everyone's like, you're insane.
Yes.
You can't trade Micah. It all depends on what I get out of it. If you're going to tell me I'm going to get the 2nd overall pick in Myles Garrett and I could trade back and fucking stack picks, I'm okay with that.
Me too. Right now. Right now.
How do you feel about that, Brian?
Yeah, I'm good with that. You know that.
I mean, I know a lot of people are going to be like, "Are you insane?" But it's like, hold on, man. We're trying to look at the future here because there's a lot of unknowns with this team.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I would like to see Micah stay a Cowboy, but here's the deal. This is my only thing that I would say to you. If we could get Myles Garrett, right, and give up our 12, keep Micah. Just hear me out. You're going to re-sign Micah. Okay, he's going to be cheap this year, and you know how you structure it. Just look at how Eagles are doing it. You can do it. Have them both, right? And
backloaded.
Then you still go out, right? You still go out, and you have to sign Jordan Lewis back. Unfortunately, he is a must because of where we're at with Diggs, right? And then you have to identify D-Law can walk. If you got Micah and you got Garrett, okay, you're talking in Jeffrey Simmons, but it doesn't really matter. Jeffrey Simmons is not going to cost you that number 12 pick. He's going to cost you 44. But whatever, for the sake of argument, let's say we give up our number 12 for Myles Garrett. They would do it, okay. So now it's a matter of, you have to go out and you got to re-sign Jordan Lewis. You don't have to worry about D-Law if you're bringing in, a Garrett. And you're probably going to draft a young one, even though you got Sam Williams. You may want to bring in Golston on a cheaper deal. He ain't going to cost you that much. He could slide inside. He could stay outside. Osa, who knows? I mean, but you're going to have. I would probably let Osa go unless Eberflus. I believe he likes good 3 techniques, but I don't know. I think Osa, if you could sign him for less than the franchise would be, which you could if you give him a long-term deal, but that's not for me to decide. I think we get caught up and too happy with our own. I think, it's fine to let Osa
Eberflus
go.
likes linebackers too. Greenlaw's going to be a free agent, I think. Go get him.
He is.
Let Osa go.
He is a linebacker guy.
But go get yourself a Greenlaw or somebody else that's good.
Yeah, go get someone that can anchor the middle of that defense for about 5 years. A good linebacker.
You have taken linebacker off of any sort of need. You have taken defensive end in the first round out of the question. You don't need to.
Yep.
Now it frees up room to breathe. Plus, you still
Solidify
have Micah
the
under
offense.
contract. And if it doesn't work out, you can move Micah. He's still very, very young. In a year or two, do not give him a no trade, and then use that to propel you to get you extra picks for that quarterback that we covet down the line. Maybe try and keep him in the short term, but that's just me.
The Cowboys could do a lot. Go talk to Gil. You got to turn every rock. Go talk to Gilmore. He's old, yeah, but he's a good, solid veteran. And you can probably get him on the cheap, and he'd be productive because our cornerbacks, I don't trust Diggs. Diggs ain't coming back all year this year.
Right.
No. And
Diggs is already burnt out.
the linebacker, you can get one of them in free agency.
Yeah, Greenlaw. If you sign Greenlaw, he'd be our starting linebacker for what, another 5 years easily?
Right.
Yeah.
And right now, we need to sign our own right now. We don't need to wait until free agency hits or the prices are going to go through the freaking roof. That's what we
And here's the thing, guys. The Cowboys could flip all these triggers. We all know this, but man, if it's like a couple of days before free agency and they haven't flipped any triggers yet, man, I'm sorry, man. I don't know what to say about the team anymore.
I think the triggers come I'm not sure.
Oh man,
it's probably
maybe they
be
could
within
flip
a
them
couple
after they
days.
sign. Who knows? I don't know.
You know what I mean? It would probably be like within a couple of days where you could agree to sign somebody, but not have it done until you flip the triggers to create all that room. But if they don't flip the triggers, they're not trying to win, people.
No.
Guys, you got Josh Sweat from the Eagles is going to be a free agent. You can pick his ass up.
He's going to get too much money.
Go get these players from these teams like 49ers. Any solid. It just we know what the Cowboys need to do, but are they going to do it?
Right.
That's the problem.
And not only that,
do we trust them to do it?
I don't know if anybody know, but Bobby Wagner is a free agent because he was on 1 year.
Go get Bobby Wagner. I'd be thinking he'd want to stay there and watch it. I'm pretty sure Dan Quinn ain't going to let him get out of there.
I'm good not having Bobby Wagner. He's 35.
Hey, Brian, did you get my email?
Let me look. I don't think so.
I sent it.
All right.
Yeah, but 35-year-old Bobby Wagner better than any linebacker we had on our team this year. I'm just saying.
Thank you.
I'm just saying. I don't give a damn if he's 40. If he's still better than every linebacker we got, I don't care.
No, I want a younger guy, like a better linebacker. Let's see.
Well, go get Greenlaw from.
You
San
get me
Fran.
Greenlaw and Bobby Wagner and draft a young linebacker. We solid. I'm sorry, we're good.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
You guys still need a receiver though.
I didn't.
We only got one receiver.
Yeah, we got
to just put your. I don't know if you want to put it here.
Say what?
I don't know if you want to put your email in the chat.
We got a lot of talent on the
I'll email
put
you.
my email in the comments.
I'll email you.
Hey Brian, I sent my address to you.
Okay. Yeah, I'll look at that. Yeah, I haven't sent anything out yet, guys. It's been nasty. We got snow here.
Oh yeah, it's miserable out there.
Yeah, I'm back to work tomorrow.
Okay, I'll put my email in here.
All right. So,
it's all wet here.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop off Jimbo's or meet up with Jimbo instead of having he lives right around the corner from me. I didn't know, so we'll figure it out.
Brian. Brian, you and Mark, y'all getting it bad, man.
Why?
You guys are getting slammed. We got
Oh,
to
yeah,
get
yeah,
snow. It's wet snow.
No.
Yep. I hear you, bro. It's
It's
done
not the
here.
snow,
Mark's
it's
got
the
it bad.
ice.
I
That
had
thing
my
freezes
boys
up,
out
it's gonna
this
be worse.
morning and they're shoveling the
See,
driveway, so we're good.
And
now.
that's the thing, though, Brian, is like I think the Cowboys will probably, if you're going to solidify
see it in
any
the
side
chat.
of the ball,
I
defense,
just sent it.
Yeah, I agree
That's
with
my
you.
email.
All right.
Solidify
I think
your
the
defense
the
first.
defense is kind of further along than the offense. The offense has too many unknowns. I think the defense you can solidify it pretty fast.
You know, like I said, the offense
You-
you only
Yeah, I
have
don't
one
see it.
receiver.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely
I
need
mean,
to
the offensive
solidify
line,
the-
I don't even know what to think about the offensive line right now. I mean, we drafted Guyton. I don't know what to think. Zach Martin may be gone.
The name
I don't
is
see an
rebuild
email.
offense.
I just
Terrence
put it in
Steele's
there.
a turntable.
In the chat, I don't see
Yeah.
it. Does
Turnstile.
anybody else see it? No. That's what I'm saying. It's probably all in your outbox, and it's probably not sending.
Kansas City got a guard that
No,
I
I
like
just
to
sent
hold
it.
up.
I don't see it in the chat. That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
Trey Smith.
It's right after Daniel M. Linda,
guard.
I wouldn't.
There's gonna be
And after that,
a lot of
Oscar,
offensive linemen in the draft. That's been already said.
I sent him again.
That's the
Anybody
thing.
see
I don't,
Momo's email? I don't see it.
I sent it again.
That's why we don't draft
It's not in the
Ginty
chat.
first
see,
round.
that's
We
the
trade
thing
back.
is I don't know about signing. I don't know about drafting any offensive linemen this year.
No.
Because-
No.
Go,
I said,
go
let's
sign
go-
a free agent offensive line. You got to sign a starting free agent like guy that you could pop in there and he's going to literally solidify that.
Kansas
that spot
City's got
quick.
the guy at guard. That's who we need to go after.
Yeah,
is
Trey
Kansas City's
Smith.
guard. Yeah,
Yeah, Trey Smith.
he's a stud.
Yeah,
need
I
to
remember
go get
him. I remember him in high school.
Yeah, I'm not saying like don't draft any more offensive linemen, but man, after Guyton, we drafted a lot of offensive linemen lately. It's like, nah, let's get some. Let's do like 2007. Let's go bring in a Leonard Davis and a Kyle Kosar. Let's solidify that line and be done with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and and Steve needs to stop. He needs to stop with all this experiment shit. He needs to stop.
Yeah, I get tired of that. Let's make a right tackle, a left tackle. Let's make a center, a right tackle. I'm tired of that shit. Not everyone is freaking Larry Allen.
You need to stop this experiment shit because you're not getting nowhere with this. You're not getting nowhere with this. You're wasting a lot of time, and you fucking these players' careers up by
Position flex. I'm
Steve.
tired of that shit. Position
Steve.
flex. I don't give a shit about no position
Steve is
flex.
trying to make these players like a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, he doesn't want to pay. That's the bottom line. He just don't want to pay.
That's what it is.
I mean, until they actually show us they're going to change, the fans are not going to believe anything. And if they don't change this year and they pull this shit, they're going to lose this fan base big time.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of Texan fans, new Texan fans. The way this goes.
I can't do that. I just won't be a fan. I'll watch
I
football.
ain't going anywhere. Fuck that. That's like some of the Eagle fans around here that used to be Cowboy fans during the 90s. That's what you have. Hopping on your damn your bandwagon. That's embarrassing.
It's true. It's true, Brian. Motherfucker, the shop manager here at my job, he was a fucking Dallas Cowboy. He's from Dallas.
That's embarrassing.
Cowboys fan in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and then he became an Eagles fan. It's like, dude, I told him you're a bandwagon, dude. You're a fair weather fan.
That's why Eagle fans don't like a lot of these Cowboy fans, because they jumped on the bandwagon back in the day and were loud and proud, and now they're all Eagle fans. And it's like, good, you can have them, because they weren't real Cowboy fans anyway, and you know who you are if you're watching. That's some bull jank. That's some bull junk right there.
No, even though I hate what my
Blue
organization's
Jackson.
doing, I'm gonna go down with the ship. It is what it is. Even though I hate the Eagles and y'all are better than us right now. You want a Super Bowl? I'm sorry. Like, I'm going down with this ship. I can't jump off this thing.
Well,
Don't worry, guys.
I'm not jumping off. I'm just frustrated. Is what it is.
Don't worry, guys. I got the life vest for you. Welcome to my world.
Yeah.
I'm like you. I'm kind of like y'all guys. Although I'm a Washington fan, I appreciate Brian and the rest of y'all guys, but I suffer more than any other fan base in the last 20 years. I have suffered. with Daniel Snyder as the owner of our team who didn't do crap.
Oh, that's
He
no
was a
doubt.
Jerry
That's
Jones
no doubt.
clone. That's a Jerry Jones clone.
A bad clone, though.
Yeah.
This is true.
He said bad clone.
Definitely true.
Bad
Yeah, I
clone.
mean, you probably don't want to let Jerry run everything. Like Jerry, like the fact that like we traded, like he called up Seattle and said, "Hey, I'll give you my first round pick for Joey Galloway," and then somehow through the conversation, Jerry offered them a second first round pick, and they were like, "Well, really? You'll give us two?" Yeah, sometimes Jerry, he does need to shut the hell up. He's
Yeah.
If you saw him the other day, I couldn't understand what the hell he was trying to say.
No, he's talking about Sunshines and Glory Holes.
I don't know what he is about anymore. I think you know, for an owner that's in the freaking spotlight more than a lot of the players that you see, that's bad karma. Bad karma.
I think the shareholders are going to end up putting him the pasture.
And Steven's age just as bad as his daddy. He looks just as old
Yeah.
as his daddy.
Is anyone going to show up for training camp? Are the season ticket holders still going to buy that shit?
That's ridiculous. That is way. I've never seen that before. Oh my god.
Shit, Steve. Shit, Randy Steven look bad, man. He do.
He does.
He look bad.
Yeah, he's 60. He just turned 60.
And he looks like he's 75.
Curse of the Joneses.
The curse of the Joneses is on us all us Cowboy fans is what it is.
Yeah.
There you go, everybody. I just gifted memberships. It automatically picks who gets the memberships. So I gave 10 memberships out. So you got a membership for, I think it's a couple weeks, and then it'll expire. But the idea is to get you to like it. And yes, Dallas does play in Vegas. But yes, anybody that got a channel membership, you're lucky. You're welcome. I hope you appreciate it. And yes, Dallas plays in Vegas. We're all waiting for the schedule release. We got a busy time coming up. Like I said, Wade, Randy.
Thanksgiving Day, you watch. It's going to be Thanksgiving Day.
I ain't going. Thomas, we're
Yes,
all
sir.
waiting. We are all waiting to see what our team is going to do. If it's not going to do anything, then just make sure you stay around because it's going to get ugly here. And if my quarterback doesn't open his mouth, I know everybody goes like, what do you want him to say? It doesn't matter. If I was a quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys and they're not spending money and I watch a team like the Philadelphia Eagles go out and be aggressive, go up in the draft, go down in the draft, give out. Listen, they did it despite making a horrible move and bringing in Bryce Huff, who was inactive for the Super Bowl, but they had so much talent. And they were well coached that it didn't matter. That's the position I want to be, where you don't have to hit the arrow right on the head everything you do. Because that's our problem, Wade and Thomas. We need to be perfect with every draft pick, because if we don't, Mozzie Smith just glows.
We haven't been
way
that.
out.
Look at the last two first-round picks, Mozzie Smith and Guyton. I'm not saying Guyton's a bust, but holy shit, both of them are playing like shit.
But I mean,
I
but
couldn't
here's
believe
the
you guys picked
problem.
him.
We could get away from it. The Eagles get away with it. Make no mistake. Andre Dillard was a bust. Drew, I love you. Andre Dillard was a bust. Okay? University of Washington. I think it was Washington State. Yeah. But did that stop them? Because no. They moved on from Andre Dillard. They cut their losses. And they found a gem in Jordan Mailata. You say, oh, that's a once in a lifetime. Bullshit.
That was crazy.
Bullshit. It's not once in a
The
lifetime.
guy played rugby. Jesus.
I hear what you're saying, but coach him up. This is why, like we talk about, and I don't know if you heard, Randy, I've been saying no to this for a while now. And you got Voch Lombardi, love him. You got Brian Broaddus, love him. They're trying to force feed Josh Simmons us at number 12, okay? You got to have a number.
Well, he's got a patella tendon.
You got to have a first round, offensive lineman. That's BS. You don't have to have a first round offensive
Go and get some
lineman.
in free agency.
Way
Yeah.
better old lineman.
But you know what I'm
The
saying?
reason why The reason why Boss won a lineman in the first round is because he was a lineman himself. Come on.
Well,
Look,
like I said before,
we're in a place right now.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
We
that.
cannot wait for these guys to develop right now. Dak's in the twilight of his career. We have decent players. We have to get guys that come in and affect the team immediately. We can't
Yes.
wait 2-3 years. We need guys
starters.
that we could pluck off in free agency who are starting offensive linemen. Like, here you go, play guard. Here you go, play tackle, and we're good. We can't fucking draft another lineman.
And here's my thing.
No.
Hey, listen, and I know I keep going back to it, right? And there's a reason. We've heard for years how Aikman was overrated, right? You don't have the stats. He had that great offensive line. We've heard for years Emmitt Smith wasn't as good as Barry Sanders, which I get what people are saying. But if you look at Emmitt Smith, my favorite
Emmett
Cowboy
more
player,
consistent
Emmitt
than
Smith
Barry. I
was
don't care what anyone says.
unbelievable. He never got caught. Okay, he wasn't fast, but yeah, hardly ever got caught from behind. More importantly, his center of gravity. It was just a beast. He always fell forward.
He could do everything, Brian.
He was
Run,
overrated,
catch, pass,
right?
block.
But like Wade, what I'm trying to say is it was our offensive line. Everybody wants to credit our offensive line of how great it was. Well, we only have one Hall of Famer on that line. Only one. Okay.
Larry Allen.
Only one. So, what was it? Was everybody overrated and our offensive line was average?
It was coaching.
Exactly. We had great players, but more importantly, you got to coach them up. You remember Tony Wise?
Take care.
Do you remember Tony Wise, Wade?
Yep.
You remember Tony Wise? You found Tony Tolbert, who was a defensive lineman. Do you remember they went and got Nate Newton, who was and Momo knows far too well about this. Nate Newton, who was he was cut by Washington. Kevin Gogan was also ran. Mark Stepnoski, I don't know, help me out. Where was Mark?
He played defensive line.
Stepnoski did? I know Tony Tolbert did.
Yeah, he played
not Tony Tolbert.
Line, and they
Mark
moved him over to offensive line.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2-A did that.
Yeah. But Mark Stepnoski, you got it, Ken Armstrong. Like I said, it automatically picks, but I'm trying to grow the channel. So I realized I could do that last month. So every month I'll give out 10 memberships. I do have multiple levels now. If you don't want to be on a Zoom call, we do have a smaller version. Ask anybody in the chat. I got a table full of shit that I got to mail because I give shit away to my channel members. So I always try and take care of the people that take care of me. So I appreciate it. So, but anyway.
That's why he's the mailman.
But you know what I'm saying? It's like, Wade, you know as well as I do. It's coaching. Coach him up. Coach up. We don't need Josh Simmons at 12. Go get me a stud guard in the 5th round or 3rd round or a tackle. Find somebody. No?
Well, Brian, you just took the words out of my mouth because I was getting ready to say
go ahead.
that.
I'm sorry. I'm talking a lot.
Well, I'll say this much. Simmons has a patella tendon, which is serious. I don't see him going in the 1st round now.
Good.
Because patella tendon
44.
controls all of your tendons. So it's more serious than they are saying. And so I don't see him. And we don't need an offensive player, a tackle or guard in the 1st round. We need either a receiver, somebody that's going to be an impact. We don't need.
Yeah, well, go ahead, Thomas. Just feed off of what Randy's saying.
No, you really took the words out of my mouth because I was going to tell you. Go get a lineman. You need to take one later. Take one later in the draft. Instead of trying to take one early, take one later, 3rd, maybe 4th, 5th round, or later.
You gotta remember, guys. Same thing. All the successfulness of these running backs, you don't know those running backs might go up.
Listen. That could happen in any position at any time. Again, I'm not saying I have to have Genty, but I don't want to run away from Genty either. Which is why you got to go out in free agency and address a couple spots. Nobody's asking you to go nuts. But if you were to trade with the Browns, that would open up doors that aren't open right now. Okay?
Well,
so that's
Brian,
all I'm saying.
Brian, here's the problem, though. You got Martin who's saying he wants to wait 5 to 6 weeks. We can't wait on him for 5 or 6 weeks. We have to know now what he's going to do. He can't lay back like that and say, I want to go test free agency or whatever. We got to know now so that we can do whatever we need to do. Because
Yeah,
Kansas
he's
City's
going
got
to let you know. He has to let you know
Who is this, Randy?
in 30 days.
He
Zach
said this
Martin.
the other day.
Yeah, Zach Martin. He's
Zach
not.
Oh,
Martin.
no, we can't wait. We can't wait.
Well, he's not
Because
under
You can't do-
contract, so he
you
can
can't
do whatever
Zeke
he
Elliott.
wants.
You cannot do a Zeke Elliott.
But he's under
No.
he's not under contract, so he doesn't have to let us know anything.
I want to go get the Kansas City guard. That's who I want. And free agency. That way we don't spend the draft pick.
Yeah, and yeah, I don't know what he's going to get, but yes, I would be on board with that. I'm fine with moving on with Zach Martin, unless he's going to take some sort of team discount. But we already owe him $10.5 million in dead money. We already owe him. So unless he's going to sign a cheap deal this upcoming year that will put his main salary, it ain't happening. He's gone. He won't be back with the Cowboys. I'm telling you now. We're hearing rumors that he might go to Cincinnati, but he doesn't have to make his timetable. He could say he wants to come back to Dallas, but once we bring somebody in, Dallas, just like they did last year with the cornerback that we had, that we ended up not re-signing, and he went to the Vikings, right? That's what you're looking at, Randy.
Yeah,
Dallas is
I
going to
agree.
wait until the draft or free agency. They're done with Zach Martin. He's 35 years old. Who do we lose?
You guys think you might
Thomas,
use
I
Trevor
believe.
Lawrence
no,
as
it's Dustin.
as an ace
Oh.
in your trades?
What's that?
Use Trevor Lawrence as an ace for your trade. You throw him in the mix.
No, he's a free agent.
No.
Oh, is
yeah.
he?
Who is
Oh,
that?
I didn't know that.
DeMarcus Lawrence is a free agent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's free agent.
Yeah. He's probably going to go to Washington.
Yeah, I see him going to Washington.
I think he wants to come
And
back
I know
here.
someone here's happy.
I think he wants to come back here.
If they show that they're willing to go out and do things, then a lot of these guys
He's
may want to come
32.
back.
He'll be 33 before the season starts. So again, I would say the Eagles, that makes more sense. They don't want any part of him. Why? I don't know. He's a hell of a two-way player, and he's not going to cost you what a Myles Garrett would cost you. That's just me. Or he may go to New Orleans. He may go and play for Kellen Moore. Obviously, if you make the trade for Myles Garrett, then D-Law's gone. I think you're going to see D-Law back. I really do. But that's just, me spitballing. I disagree, Daniel. I think he's coming back. I really do. That's just my opinion. I think he's going to sign a decent deal. But again, like, why would Tank want to uproot his family for a couple of years unless they're going to just unload the money for him? And if that happens, then bye-bye. Bye-bye,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was saying the same thing. My thing is, he at the end of his career, and like you said, Brian, he has a wife, has a family. Because I think he got a couple of kids in high school down there.
Yeah, I hear you. That's what I'm saying. So everybody doesn't know all the off the field issues, like Doug Nussmeier. I think he should really be the offensive coordinator for the Eagles. I know the Eagles don't know who the hell he is. He's very good. As a matter of fact, his son is going to be the starter of LSU this year as a quarterback. Very good.
He already started.
I mean, he's going to be a
year.
Heisman Trophy. I think he's going to be a candidate this year. So,
because he threw almost 4,000 yards last year.
And he's got another kid who lives in Frisco. He's going to high school. He's another stud. So, again, it is what it is. That it is what it is. So I guess everybody's going to watch Mark, eh? Mark do the walk of shame on Dan Cilio's show. That's all
Mark's
gonna be
doing a
bullshit.
walk of shame.
Yeah, he's good. Well, it's all bullshit. He don't give a fuck. He just,
Yeah, like, please.
he has Philly 500 in his window the whole time. They use each other for views. It works, man. Hey, God bless them. Game time, that's fine, but I feel like that Tank doesn't want to come back to our circus. I actually disagree, Daniel. Tank loved playing for Matt Eberflus. So again, there's more to the story, people. It's whether we want Tank. I think Tank makes more sense to come back to the Cowboys.
Yeah, he's a good run player.
If he comes back pretty cheap and reasonable,
Well,
I'd
you
take
know,
him.
I think he will. Like remember that is Stephen Jones 1 year $10 million BS? I think he would be willing to do something like that. This time.
Yeah.
Why? Because he got his money. Maybe do a 2 year, $20 million fully guaranteed. I would love that. That's a bargain. Or $21.5 million for 2 years. That's what. Hey, Oscar, how are you, brother? So that's what I'm looking to do. Unless you're gonna go get a Garrett, then fine, bye. See you later. But is Momo? Oh no, Momo left. Yeah, he's trying to figure out his email. I'm telling him he ain't. Yeah, 1
Why
year
not
10,
get
right,
Garrett?
Ken? Yeah, there you go.
Why not have Garrett Parsons and Marcus Lawrence?
Well, listen. Everybody keeps saying, "Well, we got Sam Williams. We got Sam Williams." We don't know what the hell Sam Williams is.
Yeah.
We don't know what he is.
He wasn't great against the run either.
Well, we don't. Yeah, exactly. How many of those
What
guys
about
do you need?
Nealon? What do you think about Nealon?
I like Nealon. He
I do
is a
too.
good
I
run
think
player.
Nealon's going to be a good player.
But he's more of he's like a Golston where he plays inside, outside. He's not a prototypical edge rusher. He doesn't have the pass moves that DeMarcus Lawrence has as of yet. So
we need some beef in the middle of that line. That defensive.
I like Golston. Again, it'll be interesting to see how they go. A lot's what we have to do, and maybe we'll do some live streams, talking about that is, and if somebody knows, please explain it to me. Who fits in this Eberflus defense, Thomas? Who fits in this defense that we currently have? You know what I mean?
I don't care what nobody say. I still believe Dallas needs to get Jeffrey Simmons for our number 2.
But I mean, yeah, I got to look it up. I mean, Matt Eberflus, his system, You
talking about current Dallas players?
Well, I mean, who's going to thrive and who don't fit in what Eberflus is trying to do?
Mozzie's not going to fit. I hate to say
exactly.
Mozzie's not.
We're not going to have Overshown, which that's a big, it's
we're
a big
gonna
hit.
Have him. Did you see his latest comment? He's been walking around without a limp for a month. The dude is a beast.
Yeah, I saw that.
He's a beast.
Saw that.
He shouldn't come back week 1. He'll be a pup guy. He'll be back by week
maybe by 5 or 6.
Yeah, he'll be back by week 6.
Yeah,
Wade. Dude is a freak of nature.
Yeah, because he was walking around during the Super Bowl last week.
You want to talk about a team leader? He's a team leader.
Bingo.
Yeah, I saw him down in New Orleans for the Super Bowl last week, walking around with no limp or nothing.
All right, I got a little something for you here. Matt Eberflus' system for the Dallas Cowboys fits players who are big, strong, and aggressive. Eberflus' scheme also values players who could cover a lot of ground and have good instincts. That's not Mozzie Smith. He's big, he's strong, not aggressive.
That's Greenlaw. I think that's Greenlaw.
Yeah. So
as far as linebackers go,
Greenlaw.
An all-pro edge rusher with high energy and aggression. Micah Parsons fits perfectly in Eberflus' system, which is why
Jeffrey Simmons.
Yeah, which is why I said
that. But I said Jeffrey Simmons.
But what I'm saying is, as far as our guys right now, okay, that are already on the team, Micah fits unbelievably in Eberflus' system, which is why I say trade 12 for Garrett or Simmons, either one. Or not. Well, you won't have to get 12 for Simmons, probably.
No.
But you can give Garrett, or you go get Simmons.
Do you
with
think
that number
Cleveland
44.
would take our 12 for Garrett?
Yes, I do. Yes, absolutely. That's the best they're going to get. Trust me. You may have to sweeten it with a 5. Oh, well. What's the big deal? Osa Odigizua, as accomplished interior pressure player who could be a top 10 free agent. I don't know that Osa is big and strong. I don't know if he fits. That's the thing. I'm not sure. Sure.
Then let him go and then go get a Jeffrey Simmons or go get somebody like a Derek Harmon or a Tyleek Williams or
Maris Leofau. Yeah, they're saying Maris Leofau, a player who would fit the will linebacker role. Great. He's already on the team. Eberflus system relies on 3 technique defensive tackles to create pressure, which means, and this is from January 28th, he said Eberflus is likely to push for Odighizuwa's extension because how good he does fit. That's from Blogging the Boys. So just to let you know, he fits. So do not franchise Osa. If you can bring Osa back on like a $14 million a year deal, do it. If he fits, do it.
Then they need to sign him now.
You know, but that wouldn't stop me from trying to get a Jeffrey Simmons. If you can get D-Law
Me
back,
either.
you know what I mean?
No, I'd go after Simmons also. If you want to make this team better, you got to fix that middle of the defense.
And this goes out to Wade. Eberflus uses nickel packages, so he needs linebackers with size and range. Isn't that Drake Greenlaw, Wade?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's who we're talking about. Guys like that. Eberflus system limits.
Brian, you gotta fix that, and you gotta fix that, and you gotta be aggressive with it.
Yeah, Eberflus system limits big plays by forcing offenses to make small completions down the field. Eberflus's system is flexible and adjusts to the strengths of the players on the team. Eberflus also has brought over former Bears assistant to help with the Cowboys defense, Andre Curtis, Dave Borgonzi, and David Overstreet. So again, it'll be interesting to see who they keep. If we can get Osa back on a long-term deal where first couple years you're not paying a lot, you know what I mean, then do it. I don't think Mazi's on this team, guys. I don't. That's just my opinion.
I don't either.
You think they'll get rid of Diggs?
Problem is, you got to wait till he's healthy. He'll be healthy this
next year. We'll be able to afford to get rid of him.
I think you keep him. Everybody who wants to say he's cooked, I know you like a certain Eagle fan. Diggs is cooked. No, he ain't cooked. He cooks y'all ass. He wasn't healthy this year. Now the question is, can he get healthy? He's young as hell. So I ain't betting against Diggs, but long term don't look good for him because he's got that. He's getting that micro
He's like bone to bone right now.
He's getting that micro fracture to try and get the blood flow.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I walk 10 miles a day on bone to bone. One knee's all bone to bone. The other knee's kind of almost there. I'm good. I'm not running a 40, and I'm not doing the short shuttle or the 3-cone. So it's a lot different. I get it, but microfracture can work. So we'll see. I'm not ready to give up on Diggs. You can't trade him this year.
No, my thing is, just let all this play out.
Well,
let it play out.
though, Thomas, we can't let it. We need to be aggressive. That's what Wade's saying.
Yes.
We need to.
Oh yeah, we can be aggressive. I'm talking about on Diggs.
I'm hoping you're right. What's up, Chris Wise? How are you? I sure hope Osa's.
Cowboys need to.
Yeah. Listen, for anybody to sit back and go, we're miles away, you don't know what you're talking about.
Bye-bye.
Oh, we'll be miles away if they don't do shit in free agency.
Yes.
That's for damn sure.
Yeah. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but if you make a couple moves in free agency,
as far as I'm concerned, in free agency outside the organization, they need to sign at least 5 solid starters.
Well, they're not.
Ooh, that's not going to happen.
That's not happening.
No way.
You're telling me they couldn't bring in a starting offensive lineman, a solid starting defensive lineman, a starting linebacker. They couldn't bring in that
defensive lineman, a linebacker. Well, they could, but a linebacker would pretty.
Instead of drafting a wide receiver, go get a guy who makes an immediate impact at wide receiver.
Yeah, well, like
trading for a guy.
Who you talking? Name a name. Diggs? Would that be good?
Cup.
Okay,
Cup. Diggs.
Yeah, I mean Cooper Kupp he's lost like 2 steps. To me, and so is Diggs. So again,
it'd probably be better than what we got.
I mean, I hear you, but I'd rather go out and get a Tej Johnson or a Mecca Egbuka, like a young guy. But I hear what you're saying. I'm not gonna, I'm trying to allocate my funds a certain way. I mean, I want a linebacker. I want an offensive like Randy, I mean, I want an offensive tackle, guard, whoever, whatever you deem fit. I want a linebacker. I want a tackle, guard, and
Yeah,
I
we
want a
gotta
defensive
quit.
lineman.
And that's the thing, though, Brian. The Cowboys got to quit playing musical chairs
Hey,
with
Ward family.
linebacker. Go and sign a guy like a Greenlaw that can solidify that middle line, the linebacker position for 4 or 5 years and be done with
How
it.
about Milton Williams for
That-
crying
I-
out
I'll
loud?
Hey, from Philly? You
Well,
talking about Philly?
Yeah, because you got to look at it this way. You
Yeah,
help
I would take
yourself
him
and
in
you
a
take away from your competitors.
I would take him in a heartbeat.
But
He
I don't
looks
know
like
how
a good
he fits,
player.
but he was a beast. He was
He
a
had 2
beast.
sacks. 2 sacks Sunday.
So again, I
the
think he's a
49ers did to
perfect
us
three
back in the
technique
90s.
that you
Took
can
some of our
have.
players.
Well,
Yep.
Milton
They took
Williams.
our linebacker. They took Ken Norton.
So if you're telling me, all right. So I'll make a deal with you, Wade. We go out and get, I don't know, Randy's guy from Kansas City, and like an offensive tackle. I don't know who. I don't know. I mean, I don't have a name for you. Like tackle guard, whoever we've deemed, and then we go get Milton Williams on defense, and then we go get Drake Greenlaw. I'm hearing myself.
I'd be happy with that.
Yeah.
And then trade for Myles Garrett. Oh, yeah.
Well, no, I'm talking about those
Oh,
three, and then if we do that, who are we picking up, or who are we re-signing? I want to answer that. Who are we re-signing?
Lewis and Odigizua, and that's it.
Probably signing DeMarcus Lawrence,
maybe.
Odigizua.
And Lewis.
I would go out and maybe have a cup of coffee with Gilmore. I mean, there's a lot of things they could do and afford it easily.
And that way you go into the draft not needing certain things, right?
Right.
Then you
Yep.
can go. Then, hey, Wade, then if Genty's there, yeah, effing draft him
You-
because he's
you
a
draft
beast.
Genty.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but the
Yeah, 'cause
draft
if you do all
Genty
of that,
now
then-
is a waste of.
If you do all of that, then you can draft the boogeyman.
Now, if Genty's not there, that's when you call Cleveland up and say, "Yeah, would you trade Garrett for that our 12th pick?"
Yeah.
That's when you call him up.
What's up, D'Angelo? D'Angelo, again, buddy, we have money. We just got to be able to
Which,
do what
I was
we
gonna
need
say,
to do.
Brian, would that tempt the Browns a little more if you call up during the draft, like say Genty's not there? It's like, okay, how about we just call Cleveland, see if they want to trade Myles Garrett right now for our 12th overall pick?
It wouldn't hurt to call. All they can do is say no.
Again, I'm trying to.
I mean, he does want to be traded.
I'm trying to keep my guy. So you're saying we do all that, keep Micah, and just trade our number 12 for Myles Garrett?
Keep Micah
Yes,
and
yes.
if
That's
we
what I
keep
wanna do.
Micah and we're at 12 and Genty's not there, you call
I
Cleveland
could
and say,
care
hey,
less
would
about
you
Genty.
trade
If
Myles Garrett?
if we have Micah, let's say we do what we said, right? And you have Micah, you resign him, okay? We could deal with Micah in a couple years if we have to unload him. He's still very, very, very young. He came out as a junior. So he
Well, if you
ain't
got
gonna
Micah
do-
and Myles Garrett, boy,
if,
people are in
like,
trouble.
if you can get Myles Garrett for number 12, okay, and let's say you got to give up a fifth, whatever, who cares? Then you take the best running back on the board or wide receiver like in the second round, and then whenever you didn't get there, you go in the third round. Now, because you've already went out and got your defensive end, you went out and got a linebacker. You know, now you could fill in around those needs that you need.
You got a center
Yeah.
and free
Oh,
agency.
well, we got a center. We got a big time center who's never
I mean,
played
I'm
the
sorry, you got a
position.
guard. You got a guard in free agency.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we can't go to the dollar store for shopping at free agency. You got to get some players
No.
that are worth a damn.
I'd be willing to pay $1 for Gilmore, though.
Yeah, well, we could have used Gilmore last year, but that really wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Might need him this year.
Yeah. I'm not a Diggs fan anyway.
I'm not, but what? A Trey? Who? Stefan?
No, go out
No.
and get his brother. His brother, the defensive back, Trayvon.
Mm. Let me see here.
There's a lot the Cowboys could do. They need to quit making shit difficult, quit being conservative, and get your hands in there, get dirty.
Yeah.
Here you go.
I'd
Here, I want to
draft
show
one of
you
these.
guys something. Okay, I want to show you guys something. This is courtesy of Ultra Cowboy, who brought me, who I found it on Twitter. Media share. Let me slide this over. I was gonna do the Troy Aikman, but I don't have time. I ain't gonna bother with that right now. Cooper Beebe. How every rookie offensive line stacked up in pressure rates in 2024. Zach Frazier out of West Virginia. Okay. He was number 1 at 2.3. I wanted Zach Frazier. I remember Randy. I'm sure he can remember. I wanted Zach Frazier, but it's fine. Cooper Beebe was number 2. Number 2. Okay. Everybody wanted Matt Jackson Powers Johnson. Remember, had the injury scare coming out of the draft. Cooper Beebe, who hadn't played center since high school. Okay, that was new to him. He's only going to get better. Tanner Bortolini, Joe Alt, who was the top 5 draft pick, I believe.
Yeah,
Graham Barton, number 5. Bo Limmer, number 8, who I liked on the lesser. So that just goes to show you, Cooper Beebe has a long he has a long future ahead of him, and it's only going to get better. So, I think that's pretty exciting. Pretty exciting. So, Ultras guy, he says, sign Robert Spillane and Javon Kinlaw. That's a good name. I like Kinlaw. Resign Lewis and Ulsa. Draft a wide receiver at 12, running back at 44, defensive tackle in the 3rd. Yeah, man.
There you go.
That'll work too. That would work too. But we need to get a couple free agents, sign a couple of our own to free up for us to be able to pivot if the guy we want in a particular round is not there, and then get him, So I would agree with that.
I will say this. I did like what Wade said about Cooper Kupp. I know he's had issues, but the Rams are willing to pay most of his money, and it ain't going to cost us nothing more than probably a 5th round pick. Right. And you put him in the slot, he's going to be a hard player to cover in the slot.
Yeah. You know what? That has been on my mind. You put him in the slot. You don't need to catch 1 million passes a game. Give him about 5 or maybe 6. Hey, that'll be the day for him. He don't need to make a big splash or nothing.
Yeah, and that's something to remember, guys. Is Ultra Cowboy? He brings it up. I said it the other day. Cooper Kupp was coached by the new wide receiver coach we got out of Oregon. Okay. So Cooper Kupp has a relationship. So
does Judge Johnson too.
Yes, and now they're starting to. I saw Broadus and Zach Walchuk shitting on Kyle Yeomans. They're starting to shit on Tej Johnson. Say his route running sloppy. He's more
give to me. You could turn him into a receiver.
Again, I don't know. I'm not a scout. I'll wait to see what Dane has. So it'll be interesting. That's who I trust from my draft is Dane Brugler. I trust him wholeheartedly. I've seen it year after year after year after year. He's higher than anybody nailing the picks. We all make mistakes, but yeah. So I ask Wade with Cooper Kupp, like would that be we need an X receiver, so he would be an X because he plays inside and outside. Would that be okay for you if you want a veteran wide receiver? Would Cooper Kupp be okay?
Yeah, I'd like Cooper Kupp.
Yeah,
I would be okay with that.
Yeah.
Go get me my Amari Cooper back.
What's that, Wade? You broke up.
Go get me Amari Cooper back.
They ain't gonna go get Cooper. You know that. I don't think Jerry can stomach doing that. I would love it. I don't know who I would love more though. I think I would love Cooper Kupp more. He's just more of a teammate. I mean, Amari was a weirdo. I'm sorry. He's one of those real smart guys who plays chess and has nothing in common with anybody, from what I hear. So, and he disappears.
Yeah, but it was Mike McCarthy that didn't. It was the coaching staff that didn't like him.
Yeah, Mike McCarthy didn't like him
Yeah.
and threw him under the bus.
Coaching staff.
Yep.
Mike McCarthy's a piece of shit. I'm glad he got fired.
Oh shit! All right. Well, listen, I'm not going to make this.
Is at home without a job. That's how garbage he is.
I'm not going to make this lunchtime chat too long. I'm going to do a live stream tonight. We'll do it maybe 10 o'clock Eastern. So we'll do another live.
Is it going to be a Zoom live or what?
Yeah. I always do Zooms unless I got a guests on or something. So
Hold on. And that's another thing. Mike McCarthy didn't like him, but
we'll
yet
go-
every player,
you know what,
all the players liked him.
we'll go another 15 minutes. We'll go an hour and a half on this one, and then we'll wrap it up, and then we'll do some mock drafts, and I got some other stuff for later tonight. So I know like a lot of people want to go over there and watch Mark and all the fake bullshit and listen to Dan Sileo, crap all over the Cowboys. Whatever, go watch. If
I
you
can't
want.
Look,
stand
I know
it.
they say Mark doesn't care. Like, yeah, I know Mark doesn't care. Like, he ain't going to take it seriously. But I know deep down, yeah, Mark is like, yeah, he doesn't like the fact the Eagles won a Super Bowl. I do know that.
He was
Yeah.
rooting for the Eagles. That I know.
Oh, he was rooting for the Eagles?
Yes, he was.
Oh,
So there, I
God.
let the cat out of the bag. But he's going to tell you he wasn't. But
I was rooting for the
Game
Eagles.
Time knows he was rooting for the Eagles. Well, I just cashed out.
Game Time was rooting for the Eagles because he made
Is
some
he?
money.
Well, and it's funny. I stopped
Yeah.
at my mechanic, and
dispatch
so
the price
it'll
of
all
the
be
old
gone tomorrow and then some. But I did make $1,200. Yes, I made
Lord, save you
$1,250.
some money.
I made $1,250 off of the birds.
damn
So
good.
thanks. Mark was fist getting. Oh God. Yeah, Philly 500 refuses to respond to me on Twitter. He's like one of these guys who likes to post and never actually respond. So again, I don't know. Put the cheesesteak down, bro, and respond. So
Yeah, Philly 500. Why doesn't he jump on the Mark live streams when it's members only?
he don't want to do that.
You don't do that.
Come on, Philly, be combative.
I love Philly. I've had him on my channel a couple of times. I love him. I'm only playing, but I wish he would engage because he knows he's wrong more than he's right. So let's just stop. Justin Jefferson's ass.
But I do believe he will.
Jalen Hurts. Well, like, why we drafted a quarterback? We got Carson Wentz. Yeah, that was
Justin
wrong.
Jefferson, he's ass.
Yeah, exactly.
We got less than a month till free
God.
agency.
Yeah, well, and that'll be another
Now,
day, March 10th.
I do think
baby.
he's going to get the last laugh on Dak versus. I think he will get the last laugh on Mark when it comes to Dak not winning. So I do think he will get the last
at
laugh.
this point, I think you're right. I think that's
like I do want Dak to win. I do want us to win, but I do think Dak's in the twilight. I think that leg's going to give out on him.
Oh, I just need to hear you say what's wrong with his leg.
Oh man, got
broke
taken
that
off the bone.
Compound fracture.
Taken off the bone. That's what I wanted
Taken
to hear.
off the bone like a chicken leg at Golden Corral.
Hey, let's go get Jeffrey Simmons and Milton from Philadelphia.
That would if you did that. Wow. That would be impressive. That would be real impressive. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here now. Like I said, look, use the same link. I'm not going to resend it. What's up, V? How are you?
You said 10 o'clock Eastern time, 9
Hold up.
Central?
At Brian. That's not how you do it. But at Brian, you said the Eagles would have kept Swift. Yeah, I do believe I like Swift. Yeah, yes, I did. I'm not always right, V. I can admit that. Can you, bro? Probably not.
Yeah, I said Jalen Hurts was going to be a potato this year. He won the Super Bowl. Go figure.
Hey, listen, how
know
many
what?
videos, V, am I supposed to do to take my hat off and congratulate you? He should have
Hey,
been.
Mark does it.
Hey, V. Saquon should have been the MVP of the league. How's that for you? He should have
I
been
agree
the
with
MVP.
And see,
I
I don't
agree
get
with
it. There was a lot of people in Mark's
quarterback-dominated
chat
award.
saying they weren't impressed by Jalen. I'm not impressed. He didn't do shit. I'm like, bro, he just fucking won a Super Bowl. Like, really?
Yeah, he's a
It's the
Super Bowl
quarterback
I mean,
champion
dominated
goddamn.
award.
and the MVP.
It's the quarterback dominated award.
Yeah, one thing you will never hear me, V, say is I'm right all the time. Not going to happen. So, that again, I stand by what I said. Of course I said it. He stayed healthy. For the first time in his career, he stayed healthy. Okay.
Because he was on the right team, unfortunately.
Well, it happens. Good for him, bro.
Nah, good for him. What can I say?
But
he
anyway,
got his bread. What the hell?
yeah. Wade, I mean, I figured 10 Eastern. I could go a little later if you want. So let me know what works. If not either 10 Eastern or 11 Eastern. That's so. Just let me know what
No,
works.
I
better.
didn't ask that. No, I mean, I'll just hop on whenever I see you on.
All right. So yeah, we'll do it tonight, and I would say around 10. I haven't made a real decision. Maybe 10:30, but it'll be like 10 or 10:30.
Y'all going back to live streaming on Sundays?
I don't know what Mark's doing. I'll do whatever. I usually work around him, so we'll figure it out. I do a lot of live streams, so it's not like I do a lot of channel live streams, so you'll see me. So, but all right, everybody, I'm out of here. Thanks for joining me, and like I said, don't forget sub up to the channel. It's at the top. Momo left. Still haven't gotten an email from him. He's having problems with his email. That's what he's doing. So
he went to get some more.
Yeah, he went to get some Momo. So, all right, everybody. I'll see everybody tonight. All right. Later.
All right.
See ya.